Here we are. Welcome to my little panel today. At first I want to ask you, where have worked in time with wobbler yet? Yes, yes? Can you show your hands? Yes, yay, wobbler! It's every time the same time, oh my god, she's asking me. Okay, yes, I'm from Germany and we have wobbler, I think, since 6-7 years. That's the reason why a lot of Germans can really handle really good with wobbler. For me, it's really impressive to work wobbler with a little high details version like this one. Yes, here, you see it? What is the best thing on wobbler? It's quite easy. It don't break. And if it's break, you can repair it really handy. And it's really simple to work with. And I want to show you today how we can transform this one, this old arm plate I started, I think, 3 years ago, to make a little bit prettier with some details. For this work, I need your help, because you have to say me what I should show you, which techniques you want to see, and if you want to have a big horse head on side this, little tiny details like this one. Okay, the skull is not available because I have the form at home, but if you want to see anything, you can screaming, come here and say me what you want to see. It's okay. Sometimes my English is a little bit hurry up. It's a mess. But I try my best to work here and show you the best reason how you can work with these materials for little details. So, you have different kinds of wobbler. This is the regular wobbler, it's the finest art. It was the first one. You see it, you can build awesome things like this, they never break. Then we have wobbler's pearly art, it's this one, and wobbler's black art. This both have such a clear surface, and it's not so easy to handle with like the wobbler's finest art because they get sometimes a little bit of bubbles if you covered your form with. After then we have the meshed art, it have the mesh inside. That really awesome thing is, you can break this, you can break this, okay, it's not so easy. You can break this, okay, but you can't break this. This will always be one piece of art, and that is awesome. You can come after to my table and can get a look about the materials. I have everything with me. Simply new awesome thing is we have now this wobbler scales. So you have a sheet of pressed scales which you can put off and take on your costumes. And now I want to show you my half relief technique. For this technique you need a base like this one and a kind piece of wobbler's black art or wobbler's finest art. You can also make it with the finest art, but it's not so clear. So at first we have to heat up a double layer of black art. That needs a little bit of time. If you don't have hands like me, you should have gloves, please, because it's really hot. We work with 80 degrees. And most people ask me when I know to work with the material, because is it too hot, you break it and it's freezing. Is it too cold, you can scratch anything, but you don't see a result. I will show you the different types of make it warm. This is really, really, really hot. You see it's glow a little bit. No, you see it not. Okay. No, it's shiny there. And if you make some details on it, it's broken really easy. So we have to wait a little bit. So, and we have to start to make some details. I bring here some out-printed faces with me, which I use for my original design actually, and press it on the material. First kind what I use is my scalpel. Yay. And you can driving around the lines on the material and make a little cut inside of. Yeah. Did you see the cut? Yay, here? Yes, okay. I'm driving all the whole lines around and pull up the paper. And now I have a little detail. Did you see this here? Now I use my tools for modeling, sometimes for clay, and we pull the lines again to the deep. And you have to see now the difference. Did you see here the cards and here the deepness? But if you make that kind of technique, you can make really small details. It looks like carved iron or carved wood. And you can do with this technique everything. This should be, looks like a face, Aztec face. Did you see this? It's the earring and the face, and yay, it's here. After then, we have to cut it out with a scissor. Heat up the ground material again. This is a really important thing because your ground material have to be too hot. If you make it too hot, it goes again some bubbles, and the overview looks really horrible. So you only have to heat it up quite only for 1 or 2 seconds, and you can press your detail on it, and it sticks. Ta-da! Yay! It's not so easy to see it, I know. Okay, and this is how you can make everything about this. And I really love to say this, you have to make it softly. It's like the song, it's a little bit romantic, because if you punch us now on this costume, you will have any more string. So you every time have to find the perfect heatness of the material to set it on your armor. Only 1 second for this and some seconds for this. And you can make a lot of details without any bad overview there. It's not so easy to talk and to make it at the same time. But what did you have to do when it don't look really cute or really good? Here. It don't look really pretty here, right? So you have 2 methods. The first one, you correct the lines with your fingers. Yes? Or you use some tools for this. So you can make the overview a little bit better, and you can press it on the material so it will fit better on your armor. So after this you have a better overview and a correct line to your material. So it should look like this one. Yes. It look like a little bit mess because it's different materials and different colors, but you can trust me, it looks really pretty. No. Now I want to show you what you can do when you have some mess on your armor, okay? So at first, did we say you look a movie, beside you crafting something, and you make it hot again and look to everywhere, but not on your armor piece? What happens? Of course, it goes too hot, it looks like a tiny cookie, and it's bubble up, and don't really look so pretty like before. But don't hurry up, you have to work again really softly to make some details on, and after then you let it cool down a little bit. If you work on the material and it's too hot, you will crash it and it looks really mess, like this here. You get some rubbles in it and it don't really looks good. So if you wait some seconds, you can press your material back in form. And so you can get sure that everything looks smooth and fine and pretty. Okay, you see here is some, it's not wobbler, it's foam. Okay. This is completely made of wobbler. It's a little iron wire inside of the material to don't break it up. So it's a little bit flexible, and if you have one time a crack in the line, it's don't break up and it's fall away, so it's complete the whole time. Wait, this one is the iron wire. Okay, we have now your iron wire, and the only thing you have to do is to roll it in this material. After then you have a normal string and can make lines like this. For this one, I sketch it on a paper. So, and I really love to use the silicone map from Minque because you can pull your paper down there and see on the top the floral sketch and work on it without to stick it on the material, on the paper, or to burn it too hot. So at first we need a really tiny string of wobbler. Okay, don't want to make it too tiny, too thin. And it's not hot there, why? So. And to make something like this floral optic, you have to make one side really thin, but not too thin. I always make it really, really, really thin. And after that I cut up the first millimeters, because you can get sure that this don't will be break. So, and next step is to lay it here and to fix it with your fingers until it's cooled down. And the next line will be the same thing. You have to buy a tweezer. That's really important, because you don't want to hold this the whole time. So. Okay, so we make some wire here. And you only pull it little softly on your material there. This is ugly, this comes away. So, if you have a wire inside, it's really simple because you can pull it in the right direction and it don't flip up again. And for this method, it's really important that you fix the different elements with with another, that you don't have after that problem that you have 3 different pieces in your hands. For this you have to use your model tool and you rub the material really softly on the different. This is all how you can make plans like this. So, but no, the leaves are really, it's quite not so easy, but it's the same method like I make the face on here. How I made the face down here. You only have to use your wobbler, double layer it, heat it hot again. And now I use sometimes something with this form to make a leaf. You see this? Yay, it's a leaf, yay. If you don't have something like this, you can also use a spoon. The most important thing is that it's a little bit round, because if you make something like this, which is one lined, and you crutch here, you don't never get that really fantastic leaves forms. Okay, that was too hot. Oh my goodness. So, you see here, this is really creepy and was with the normal tool, and this have more swing in it. So, if it's still warm, you can cut it out, so it makes everything a little bit easier. So, pull the edges with your fingers. So, if you have your material here completely, you use this side of the tool and makes the outlines. This is really simple. If you work with this, you can't make it so smooth. You have to make it with the edge, and so you destroy sometimes the optic. For something like this here inside, you can also use this one or this to make it more swifty. Or you also can make your own tools with wood sticks to have really small areas which you can pull on your material. So, after that, you have only to heat up it again, but this time the leaf have to be really cool. You see, it's only a little bit warmer, and this one have to be really hot again. So, wait. Yay! After that, you put the leaf on the material, press it softly on this. And that's the reason why this one have to be a little bit cooler. If it's warm up, it goes to the ground, and it don't really looks pretty. After that, you have to reactivate the downside. Ooh, don't go away. And press it on the material. You see, this goes down there, but it's not so hot, so you can lift it up and form it. So you have one day something like this. It needs a lot of time because it's warm and it's every time go away. And yes. And this is how I made the whole thing. You have a lot of drawings under your silicone map, and have to make every little line and press it together really softly, and after then you have to pull it. I use my mannequin head for this. Pull it on the mannequin head with aluminum foil under there and let it cool down, make the next 2 or 3 centimeters and put it together, and one day it was finished. I need for this 20 hours, so it needs a lot of time. Yes. And this is the awesome thing on the wobbler, because you can reactivate everything and you don't have a trash, so it's good for the world. I make this too hot and you will see quite easy that you have some air wobbles there. Come on. Every time you need it, they don't come up. Oh, yes, here. Did you see this? These are the little tiny fancy monsters. Okay, you can try to press the little one down really softly with your finger. It's really easy. But if you have some monsters like this and you will press it, it goes to the other directions and you have it glued sticky on your fingers. So you have cut it out a little bit. Sometimes I make it with a needle because it's a little hole. You have to cut it out, use form, and press it to the direction of the hole out. So. Now you have no bubble there, but you have this little really ugly leftover of the material. So you have to wait it until it's cold and have to press it after them with your modeling tool on it. And you see nothing more. But this is really easy on this little tiny thing. If you have something like a breastplate and only one side is covered with wobbler, it's quite not so easy. So you need a lot of time and a good feeling, a good vibe. So maybe you make it on the next day and to clear it up. You can use wobbler with two methods. One, I'm pretty sure you will know from Cosplay, is the sandwich method with 2 layers of wobbler and 1 layer of foam. This method is quite awesome because it's really stable. You can't crush it. But you get more blows in when you use this method. So I really love to make it only with 1 layer of wobbler. Most times I only work like this. This everything I have only 1 layer of wobbler to cover. And now you see it's sticky. Yes, and that's the perfect point to press your foam on it and cover it. Really pretty, I know. But we only have 10 minutes, oh my god. I have cut out the edges, yay. So, and now we have to wait a little bit that it goes cold again and we can heat it up again to show what you're asking for. Now you can, of course, make everything with. But, so, I will show you, if I can show you the point I use to form it up. Okay, now it's really, it's not really cold, but colder than before. And I have to heat it up. I show how you see it a bit. Oh yes. Okay, I heat it up. And this is quite enough. You see it's shiny there. And you can make now everything without this. Normally you can press it now about your legs or something else. So. And you can form it now. And if you make it hot again and too hot, you get the bubbles. So you only have to heat it up, I say 4 seconds. And you can make something more and more and more. For every material you have different time changes. But for wobbler you only need 3 or 4 seconds to reactivate. Yes. Okay, you can find me on Facebook and YouTube, and you'll see there a lot of videos where you can see everything. And you can ask me everything, every time on every social networks thing. And you can come over to my booth and talk with me, and yes, awesome. Woo, thank you, you're amazing.